What if I told you there are towns across America where you can buy an entire house for less than the price of a Toyota Camry? No, this isn't a scam. These are real places where home prices have dropped so low you won't believe they're legal. Stick around because number 7 will absolutely blow your mind. While cities like San Francisco and New York have median home prices over $1 million, there are dozens of forgotten American towns where houses are selling for under $50,000. Some even under $20,000 nulty. But here's the catch. There's always a reason. And today we're exposing exactly why these prices exist, which towns are actually livable, and which ones you should avoid at all costs. Number 20. Gary, Indiana. Median home price $32,000. Population 69,000. Gary, Indiana sits just 30 miles from Chicago. In its heyday, U.S. Steel built massive mills here. At its peak in the 1960s, Gary had over 175,000 residents. Today, you can buy houses here for $25,000 to $35,000. The steel industry collapsed. Gary has lost over 60% of its population. Crime rate is 3 times the national average. Violent crime is 5 times higher than the U.S. average. Unemployment sits at 12%. Schools are rated 3 out of 10. Drive through Gary and you'll see entire neighborhoods that look post-apocalyptic. Those low prices come with very high hidden costs. Number 19, Flint, Michigan. Median home price $34,500. Population 81,000. Flint was once a thriving General Motors town with nearly 200,000 people. Today, you can find 3-bedroom homes for around $30,000. The water crisis starting in 2014 contaminated the supply with lead. Crime rate is nearly 4 times the national average. Unemployment hovers around 15%. Block after block of abandoned homes and empty factories. Unless you're a cash investor, Flint isn't a place where most families would thrive. Number Octazane, Youngstown, Ohio. Median home price $75,000. Population 60,000. Youngstown was the steel capital of America with 170,000 people in 1930. Then came Black Monday in 1977 when the mills started closing. 50,000 jobs gone. Today you can buy houses for under $20,000. Crime is over 3 times the national average. Schools are among the worst in Ohio, rated 2 out of 10. The city has lost nearly 2/3 of its population. This is what total economic collapse looks like. Number 17, Detroit, Michigan. Median home price $67,000. Population 639,000. Detroit was the Motor City with 1.8 million people in 1950. Then came bankruptcy in 2013, but here's the difference. Detroit is actually coming back in certain areas. Downtown is experiencing a renaissance. Tech companies are moving in. Young professionals are buying and renovating historic homes. Crime is still an issue, double the national average, but it varies drastically by neighborhood. Some areas are perfectly safe, others are extremely dangerous. If you do your homework and choose the right neighborhood, Detroit can actually be a smart investment. The city has culture, sports, arts, and real economic development happening. Number 16, Cleveland, Ohio. Median home price $82,000. Population 372,000. Cleveland was the 7th largest city in America in 1950 with 915,000 people. Today it has less than half that. You can find homes for $60,000 to $100,000. But Cleveland has the Cleveland Clinic, one of the best hospitals in the world employing over 50,000 people. Case Western Reserve University provides stability. Crime is moderate, about 50% higher than the national average. Neighborhoods like Tremont and Ohio City are thriving with young professionals and good restaurants. Cleveland is not a disaster zone. It's a city in transition. You're getting a real city with culture, sports, healthcare jobs, and universities for prices that would be unthinkable on the coasts. Number 15, Birmingham, Alabama. Median home price $95,000. Population 200,000. Birmingham was built on steel and called the Magic City. You can find homes for $70,000 to $120,000. The steel industry declined in the 1970s and 80s, but Birmingham has reinvented itself. The University of Alabama at Birmingham is now the largest employer in the state. There's a growing tech scene. Crime is an issue about 4 times the national average, but it varies by neighborhood. Mountain Brook and Homewood are affluent and safe. The cost of living is incredibly low. The weather is mild. There's actual economic growth in certain sectors. Birmingham is a mixed bag with real problems but also real opportunities. Number 14, Memphis, Tennessee. Median home price $105,000. Population 633,000. Memphis is home to FedEx's global headquarters, the birthplace of blues music and home of Graceland. You can find homes for $80,000 to $130,000. So why so cheap? Crime. Memphis has one of the highest crime rates of any major city. Violent crime is nearly 5 times the national average. But Memphis also has thriving areas. Midtown and East Memphis are nice neighborhoods. The food scene is incredible. The job market is stable thanks to FedEx employing over 30,000 people. Unlike dying industrial towns, Memphis has a functioning economy. It's a real city with real jobs, just with real problems too. Number 13, Dayton, Ohio. Median home price $90,000. Population 137,000. Dayton, birthplace of aviation and home of the Wright brothers. The population peaked at 260,000 in 1960 and has been cut almost in half. You can buy houses for $50,000 to $100,000. Crime is high, double the national average. Schools rate around 4 out of 10. But Dayton has Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, one of the largest military installations in the country, employing over 30,000 people. This provides economic stability that other Rust Belt cities lack. If you work at the base or remotely, Dayton offers incredible value. It's declining slowly rather than collapsing. Number 12, East St. Louis, Illinois. Median home price $42,000. Population 18,000. East St. Louis was a thriving industrial city with 82,000 people in 1950. Today you can buy houses for under $10,000. The crime rate is catastrophic, among the highest in the entire country. Poverty rate exceeds 40%. Schools are rated 1 out of 10. Over half the city is vacant land or abandoned buildings. This is not an opportunity, this is a community in complete crisis. Number 11, Saginaw, Michigan. Median home price $65,000. Population 44,000. Saginaw's population peaked at 98,000 in 1960. General Motors pulled out decades ago. You can buy houses for $35,000. Crime is over double the national average. The tax base has eroded so much that streetlights don't work in some areas. Saginaw is declining with no clear path to recovery. Number 10, Wheeling, West Virginia. Median home price $78,000. Population 26,000. Wheeling was the first capital of West Virginia with 61,000 people in 1930. You can buy Victorian homes for $50,000 to $90,000. The steel mills and glass factories are gone. Crime is moderate, schools are average, but Wheeling has charm with stunning historic architecture. If you're retiring or working remotely and don't need urban amenities, Wheeling offers value. Number 9, Camden, New Jersey. Median home price $55,000. Population 71,000. Camden sits across from Philadelphia. Campbell Soup was founded here. The population peaked at 125,000 in 1950. Today, Camden is one of the most dangerous cities in America. You can buy houses for $30,000. Crime is absolutely out of control. Violent crime is 5 times the national average. Poverty rate is 36%. Schools are rated 2 out of 10. Despite sitting next to Philadelphia, people avoid Camden entirely. Number 8, Trenton, New Jersey. Median home price $89,000. Population 90,000. Trenton is the capital of New Jersey. The bridge reads, "Trenton makes, the world takes." Today you can buy homes for $60,000 to $100,000. Crime is triple the national average. Poverty rate exceeds 25%. The state government provides some stability, but Trenton is a struggling capital city in one of the richest states in America. Number 7, Cairo, Illinois. Median home price $18,500. Population 1,733. This is where it gets really interesting. Cairo sits at the confluence of the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. It was once called the Gateway to the South. Today, Cairo is essentially a ghost town. The population has collapsed from 15,000 to under 2,000. You can buy Victorian mansions here for less than a Honda Civic. Some houses sell for under $10,000. Walk these streets and you'll see abandoned buildings everywhere. No major employers, no grocery stores. The nearest Walmart is 30 miles away. Young people leave as soon as they can. Cairo is literally disappearing. This isn't a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. This is a cautionary tale of what happens when economic forces completely abandon a place. Number 6, Brownsville, Texas. Median home price, $125,000. Population, 186,000. Brownsville sits on the Mexican border. The city is actually growing. You can buy homes for $80,000 to $150,000. But Brownsville is one of the poorest cities in America. Poverty rate is 30%. Median household income is only $37,000. Crime is moderate. Schools struggle, but it's warm year-round. The cost of living is incredibly low. If you have remote income or a good job, your money goes extremely far here. Brownsville isn't failing like Rust Belt cities, it's just very poor. Number 5, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Median home price $72,000. Population 41,000. Pine Bluff peaked at $57,000 in 1970. Today you can buy homes for $40,000. Crime is absolutely brutal, 4 times the national average. The murder rate is staggering for a city this small. The paper mills and cotton industry collapsed. Poverty rate exceeds 25%. The University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff keeps it barely alive, but the city is trapped in a cycle of poverty and crime. Number 4, Bessemer, Alabama. Median home price, $68,000. Population, 26,000. Bessemer was a steel town near Birmingham. You can buy houses for $35,000 to $75,000. Crime is extremely high, among the worst in Alabama. The steel mills are gone. No major employers. It's a suburb of Birmingham that got left behind when the industry collapsed. Number dry. Pritchard, Alabama. Median home price, $45,000. Population, 19,000. Pritchard sits north of Mobile. Population peaked at 42,000. You can buy homes for under $30,000. Crime is astronomical. The city went bankrupt and stopped paying pensions to retired city workers. Poverty rate exceeds 35%. Schools are rated 2 out of 10. This is a small city in complete economic distress. Number 2, Highland Park, Michigan. Median home price, $38,000. Population, 8,900. Highland Park is surrounded by Detroit. This was the birthplace of the Ford Model T. Henry Ford's plant employed over 68,000 workers. Population hit 52,000 in 1930. Today it's under 9,000. You can buy homes for under $20,000. Over 25% of properties are vacant. The city removed streetlights to save money, leaving neighborhoods in darkness. Crime is extreme. Poverty is crushing. Ford left decades ago and nothing replaced it. Highland Park is one of the poorest cities in America. Number 1, Centralia, Pennsylvania. Median home price, almost none available. Population 5 people. That's the official population. Centralia had 2,700 residents in 1980. Today, it's essentially abandoned. Why? An underground coal mine fire has been burning since 1962 and will continue burning for another 200 to 250 years. The fire spread beneath the entire town, causing sinkholes and releasing toxic gases. In 1981, a boy nearly died when a sinkhole opened beneath him. The ground temperature reached over 900 degrees in some spots. In 1992, the governor condemned all properties. The zip code was revoked. You can technically buy land for almost nothing, but you legally cannot build or live on it. Steam rises through cracks in the abandoned highways. It's the inspiration for Silent Hill. Centralia is a literal ghost town that will burn for centuries. So here's the truth about these ultra-cheap towns. If the price seems too good to be true, there's always a reason. Sometimes it's crime. Sometimes it's no jobs. Sometimes it's decades of decline. And sometimes the ground is literally on fire. But not every cheap town is a disaster. Places like Cleveland, Detroit, and Birmingham have anchor institutions and real signs of life. If you do your homework, there can be value. Would you ever move to a town where houses cost less than cars? Would you take that risk for the savings? That's something only you can answer. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button. We're bringing you real data about real America. Drop a comment and let me know which of these towns shocked you the most. I'll see you in the next one.